Hi Terry, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Just wondering how you've been doing since you left the hospital not too long ago.
Yeah, that's what I've had. A relapse from my depression, but I've been doing good with it for the past few months, and I've been on some antidepressants, and I've been having some going to group therapy, so that's been helping me a lot. Um, and then I've kind of been smoking a lot, but so I've had a lot of like asthma flare-ups and shortness of breath. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're making some progress, going to group therapy and improving with your depression, but you're experiencing some symptoms from your asthma. Can you tell me a
Yeah.
little bit more about that?
Yeah, that's what I can't really run as far, and like just when I'm going for a little walk from anywhere, I kind of have feeling shortness of breath, and I just get fatigued really easily. I just kind of notice that I don't know, my lungs don't function like they used to.
Okay. So you're getting some shortness of breath and fatigue really easily. Would it be okay with you if we talk a little bit about your smoking today?
Um, I didn't really come in here for I don't really have that much time, so I don't know. I would just like to get back on with the appointment.
Okay. I mean, I totally understand that that's a difficult subject to talk about, and it's completely up to you. I just would like to talk about it with you because I do think it has some negative effects on your health, and I am worried about how it's affecting you in your day-to-day life. Would it be okay if we talk about your health issues and we can kind of slowly talk about it and get into that?
Will it take a while?
We can make it as quick or as long as you want. This is your time, and we're here for you.
Okay, I guess we can talk about it for a little bit.
Okay, so in your everyday life, how else has smoking affected you other than the shortness of breath and the fatigue that you've been experiencing?
Um, well, I'm around my niece often, and my brother doesn't really want me watching her unless I like stop smoking, because she gets all the secondhand smoke. And my dad died from lung cancer, so they kind of suspected that it was from smoking. So that kind of scares me.
Okay, so that's a negative aspect of smoking for you, is that you can't be around your niece and that your father has died from smoking. So let's talk about maybe some of the positive things that smoking does for you.
That's what it kind of helps with my depression. It kind of relaxes me. I feel like if I stopped smoking, it would probably make me relapse, and I would start having the suicidal feelings again. And also, it's kind of like a social aspect where I can kind of hang out with my friends, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so now let's talk about the opposite side. And we're going to talk about the pros and cons of stopping smoking. So what would be some of the negative things if you decide to stop smoking?
I guess I wouldn't be able to hang out with my niece as much as I would like to. Um, I might follow along the same path as my dad. And I mean, I'm sure my lungs would probably get worse if I keep smoking,
Okay.
and my asthma would probably get worse.
Okay. So your asthma will get worse. You can't be with your niece as often, and you would be going along the same path as your dad, which is ultimately death. So let's talk about the positive things of stopping smoking.
I know I would save a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would probably have less symptoms of my asthma and less shortness of breath. And I would see my niece more. And yeah, I'd probably just have an overall better life, not as much smoke smell on my clothes.
Okay. So after we kind of talked about the pros and cons, ultimately you have a lot of pros to that you enjoy about smoking. It's a social aspect and you enjoy it and it helps with your depression. But also there's the opposite side where you can't spend as much time with your niece as you want to. It's bad for your health, it's expensive. There seems to be a lot of negative things that you described. Well, how do you feel about that? That there's kind of this discrepancy between the two.
I mean, it's a really hard decision, but I feel like my health is like the ultimate matter. So I feel like that comes first, but again, it would just be really hard to stop because I've been like in this habit, and I don't know.
Okay, well, I definitely applaud you for considering it, because I know it wasn't something that you planned to come here to talk about, and this wasn't on your schedule, but it's definitely important to your health. And I would just like to ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not ready to change at all, and 10 being but you're ready to change right now, right this second, where would you lie on that spectrum?
Well, after listening to all those pros and cons, I guess I would say around a 6 or so.
Okay, a 6. So why a 6 and not a 2 or a 3?
I guess it made me step back and kind of realize that I might be following the same lifestyle as my dad, and I could probably end up dead like him from lung cancer. And I mean, one of my main things that I enjoy in life is watching my niece, so I feel like it would be best for me to stop.
Okay, so why a 6 and not an 8 or a 9?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that much before, so I feel like it'll take a little time for me to get there. But again, it's just breaking the habit will probably be the most difficult.
So a 6 is a great start, and I definitely think that that's something that we can work with together on. Do you know of any outlets or ways that would help you to stop smoking?
I guess I could hang out with another different group of friends, or just maybe kind of stay back if they're smoking and try to find something else to do. I could also maybe do something to like exercise to kind of get my mind off smoking, or do something that will be beneficial to my health.
Okay, yeah. So exercising, hanging with a different group of friends that maybe isn't revolved around smoking. With that, there's also group therapy that I know you do for your depression, which is also awesome to help people stop smoking. And we can give you some pamphlets and give you a number that we can set you up with. Have you ever considered nicotine patches or anything medical?
No, I haven't really thought about it, but now that you mention it, I'll probably look into it.
Okay, so let's get you the number and we can discuss the nicotine patches or an alternative for you that would work. And we can schedule an appointment or in the next 2 or 3 weeks and see the progress that you've made. And I really am glad that we had this conversation, and it seems like you're really ready to quit. So that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, of course.